With almost 1 year in the bag of running a small online Pokemon business, I thought I'd share my experience with how allocations and pre-orders have gone for me so far this year. So if you're interested in starting your own Pokemon shop or just have a desire to know how it all works, then let's get to it. All right, for those of you who don't know, I officially started my Pokemon business 3 years ago, but it was only 1 year ago that I finally got accepted from an official Pokemon distributor. And since then, I've been able to pre-order and get allocations of products directly from them so that I can buy them and sell them on my site, AmazingRares.net. I've been sharing my journey. In a recent video, I talked about how much all the product cost me, exactly what my return on investment has been for the past year. And at the end of this year, as I do my taxes, I'll come back and share all of that again, and we'll see exactly where I ended up, how much profit I actually made for the year, and share all of that. But today I wanted to talk about pre-orders and allocations. Now, occasionally a set, the products in the set will have allocations, which means that the distributor is going to tell me exactly how many I'm allowed to have. That is my allocation. I am then allowed to request above that amount and try to get more. Now, the first set that I was allowed to buy was Paldean Fates, and that set was allocated. Every single product, I had a very specific amount that I was allowed to have. I had to agree to accept them or not agree to accept them. And if I declined them, then they were going to reduce my allocations the next go around. They don't exactly tell you that, but you know it's going to happen. And so you pretty much want to always accept your allocation. Now, you can then request more product on top of that. And based on how much product they end up getting and how many other people are requesting, they're going to dole it out based on probably seniority, how much you bought in the past. And, it's a symbiotic relationship where they try to keep everybody happy. And, as a new guy coming in, my allocations are going to be way smaller than everyone else. And that's what you can expect in your first year. So let's just jump into it here. We got Paldean Fates. These were all the products that came out, exactly how much they cost me and how much I was allocated. Now, I didn't fully understand the process in the beginning, so I just accepted my allocations and I didn't request any extras. Also, that was about $2,600 worth of product, which I have over here in column I. If you add up what I was allocated, which is what I was granted in this case. So you can just see here, those they had the 3 different tins. They come in a case of 6. A case costs $108. I was allocated 5 cases of those. On the mini tins, they produce way less of those. That always seems to be a very small amount. I got 1 case. That's 1 case of 10 mini tins, and they cost $62 or $6.20 a piece. Now, the premium collections, those have been pretty difficult to sell. They're very nice collections, but on a price per pack basis, they were kind of heavy, kind of high, because you're getting all those promos with, Meowscarada and Crocolore and Quackaball. You're really paying for those extra promos that are in those things. I was allowed to get 30 of those. They came in 6 a case, so essentially 5. I got 5 cases of them. Each item itself was $31.25. People were selling those for practically that price. There was zero profit to be gained for quite a while. Paldean Fates has started to dry up, although it's back in Costco right now. So I'm expecting those to hit Costco, and who knows if there'll be more product hitting the shelves or whatnot. It's happened with some of these other special sets in the past, so it could very easily happen with this set. Personally, I'm a huge fan of the set. I think people will return to it eventually. 151 is kind of taking the wind out of everything. It's easily the best set so far in Scarlet and Violet, and possibly could be for the foreseeable future. However, I'm really liking Surging Sparks so far, so I don't think it'll compete with 151. There's just too many people who love Gen 1. So anyways, moving on. The tech sticker collections came with 12. Those are basically the 3-pack blisters. They were $12 a piece. I think they were supposed to retail for $15.99. Those were a little bit difficult to sell. I only got 2 cases, so 24 of those. I ended up buying a bunch from Forge and Fire and eventually selling those because I think I ripped a whole case of Elite Trainer boxes. Elite Trainer boxes come 10 to a case. I was allocated 2 cases, 20 of those 20 ETBs essentially. And so I ripped half of my allocation trying to get one special illustration rare, and that's all I got. And of course, you know, it was penny, and I think that thing goes for like $20 these days. It was not a good decision, but I did it for the content, and hopefully people who watched it enjoyed it. And then we got the booster bundles. Those always also seem to be heavily allocated as well. Doesn't matter the set. I only got one, and in this case they were supposed to, it was 10, so they were about $16.90, which is roughly about what booster bundles cost for most sets. Anyways, I accepted all of my allocations. I didn't request anything extra, so this is what I ended up buying for my very first set, about $2,600 worth of product. Moving on to Shrouded Fable, which was the only other set that had allocations for me. I was allocated only the booster bundles and the Elite Trainer boxes. The booster bundles were $16.75 a piece. I was allocated 12. I requested an extra 12. I don't know why I did 12. I think because they allocated me 12, I thought 12 was in a case, or it was half a case, but it was actually, I think, 10 per case. So I ended up getting 24 loose booster bundles. I think some of them got damaged. I had to rip them. I wasn't going to sell them in damaged state. So anyways, they granted me all of them. I didn't want to go too heavy on the Shrouded Fable. I wasn't sure how well it would sell. I do think it is a good set, just not a fantastic set that's going to sell super easily. They allocated me 30 ETBs. I knew that it was 10 per case, so I just added in an extra case. Again, I didn't want too many, but I didn't want to run out of them super fast either on the site, so I just got another $1,300 worth of ETBs. Everything else in the set was not allocated, so I was able to just order as many as I wanted. So that was it for allocations. Those are the only things that were allocated for me. So moving on to pre-orders, like I said, everything comes up as a pre-order. Here, I just have an example, the Dark Power Special Collections. I had pre-ordered 18 and they granted me all 18. They were $17.50 a pop. So basically I just paid $315. Now they have a minimum shipping of $500. So when a product like this releases and you haven't ordered $500, you've got to order more product in order to get it shipped from them. So even though this was separate, I had to order some other stuff for it. Moving on to booster bundles for Stellar Crown. This was all pre-orders. There was no allocation. I was able to order all the Stellar Crown that I had enough money for. I pre-ordered 40 of the booster bundles, and they only granted me 20, which means that I wasn't worthy enough of getting more than 20 because there just wasn't enough of them. I'm brand new to having a shop and to working with the distributor, and I only buy X amount of dollars. So based on how many they ended up getting from Pokemon, based on what everyone else wanted, I was given half of my pre-order. And this is a big reason why I don't really want to do pre-orders on my site, because I might not get all the product that I asked for. However, I'm looking into it. I'm going to work on and trying to do that. Next up is Surging Sparks. I put in a bunch of pre-orders for it. 2 of the products, the booster boxes and the booster bundles, even though I pre-ordered and was allowed to pre-order whatever I wanted, they bumped me down significantly on the booster bundles and a little bit on the booster boxes. I pre-ordered 30 Surging Sparks booster boxes. They've granted me only 24, so I thought I was putting 3,000 into booster boxes. They bumped me down to about 2,250. And in the previous video, I shared all of the Surging Sparks that I pre-ordered, exactly how much I spent on it, and it was about $8,000. So I'm going to end up not spending probably closer to 6,000, I guess, with what they've bumped me down to. I knew this set was going to be fire with Pikachu in it. I ordered 60 of the booster bundles. They bumped me down to 10, which means they're getting a significant amount less, and there's significantly high demand for these products. Again, it doesn't mean they're going to be in short supply. It just means that my distributor is going to get less than they set out to get. Now, with every little shop like me, all the in-person shops and all the big guys all requesting tons and tons of this set because they knew it was going to be fire. you know, Pokemon just turned around and said, at least for the first wave, this is all we can give you. So you need to figure out how to reduce everybody's down because this is what you're getting. And so based on that, I got bumped down a little bit. And the only other item this year, which we're still waiting on, is the Terapagos EX Ultra Premium Collection. I'm not a huge fan of this set. I think that the promos are not very good, and it's just going to be packs from Scarlet and Violet. And there's going to be way cheaper ways to get packs. So the whole point of an Ultra Premium Collection is really those promo cards, and I'm just not a fan of them. They don't go together. Two of them are the rainbow and one is the gold. They just completely clash for me. I don't think they'll look nice side by side. I don't think they're going to be expensive promos. I could be completely wrong. But anyways, I still put in an order for 20. They come in cases of 4. They're $72 a pop for me. I was only granted 4 of them. So I thought I was going to spend about $1,500 on them. I'm only spending about $300 on them. So that's kind of what year one looked like. I have no idea what the future is going to be like. There's some absolutely fire sets coming out that it seems. We got the Evolution set that's going to come out. They're probably going to be all terrestrialized, but they could have some really sick special illustration rares in that set. Do I think it'll compete with Evolving Skies? No, because the special illustration rares, the alternate arts in Evolving Skies are just crazy good. And while we have seen some fantastic stuff, it's usually not the terrestrialized Pokemon that people are really clamoring for. But we'll see what happens with that set when it comes out next year. Of course, I'll share any information I have once I know about it. It's going to be a while before I can put in pre-orders or find out if they're going to allocate the set and whatnot. But anyways, those are all the sets that I got allocations and limits on my pre-orders. And you know, I just thought it was interesting. Let me know if you enjoy the content like this, what you think of it. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Just wanted to give you a little snapshot of what it's like running a small Pokemon business. Hope you guys are having a great week, and I'll catch you in the next video.